Hello and welcome to the potential final match of the 2021 Galactic Pod Racing Circuit. I am Paige, joined today by King Bean Dip to watch an almost guaranteed banger of a match between Domirae and acE. This is going to be insane. So both players have gone through a long road to get here. God, it has been a lot of matches since, what, June?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you may have noticed we are starting the match on Death Row's Revenge. This was the track the players agreed to. This is one of the shorter tracks in the game, and it's not a particularly difficult track, so the way to win here is to be perfect.
Yeah, basically.
It looks like they are off.
There's almost no margin for error on this track. It's not difficult, so the margin for error doesn't lead to death, but there's a lot of places to bleed a little bit of time.
Yeah, for sure.
The beginning of the track has one of the only real spots to die. Both players made it through it cleanly. What Dom's coming into is one of the most significant opportunities to lose time. This whole switchback section, namely the last turn. That turn he just made it through, it is very easy to take too wide and long.
Yeah.
And that's easily 2 seconds. A 43.46 lap 1 for Dom, that's pretty solid. We're going to have about a 15-second pause while ace's stream catches up. Looking pretty comparable. Yeah.
Wow. Basically the same.
Yeah, 4/100ths of a second separating them after lap 1. acE is on slightly higher heats and slightly behind Dom. So that's not looking great for him. Looks like Dom had a slightly cleaner start to lap 2.
Yeah, it should be noted that both of these players play on an extremely high level. They're both incredibly fast and risky.
They're on very different heat levels right now, too. Oh, Dom went wide.
Yeah.
But Dom went in with higher heat, so it didn't cost him as much time as it could have. And Dom came out on comparable heat, maybe slightly higher.
His heat is a little higher. Notice both players not boosting right here. There is some fast terrain. There are a few places in the game where there's fast terrain, and it is optimal to not boost across it to take full advantage of it.
He lost a boost through the slot.
Alright, so now the final challenge will be to reach max heat by the end of the track. If you do not reach max heat when you cross the finish line, then that essentially means you're wasting a little bit of potential boost.
Ooh, Dom's out of bounds finishes on the right. This is going to be super close.
Wow.
207.70 and 207.756. Dom loses it.
By a 20th of a second.
Oh my god, by a 20th.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah, that tiny little lap 3 issue and the very end of lap 2 were not kind to Dom. If either of those mistakes doesn't happen, he takes that.
Yep.
Oh man, that was an intense one.
All right, so this match is a best of 13. So settle in.
Yep, we're here.
We got a ways to go.
All right, so permabans. We have Sunken City from acE. I had that. Scrapper's Run from Dom. Vengeance from acE. That's a weird one. And Adobe Mountain Run from Dom. So overall, that's nothing super shocking. The one weird outlier there is Vengeance.
And acE did not ban Grabvine.
He attempted.
Interesting.
No Mars. We're going straight to Ubuntu training.
Let's see here. Mars.
You ready for me to go horse race commentary mode?
Go for it. This is your track, dude.
From what Dom hinted to me, he's going to be trying to hold his forces.
Uh-huh.
Which I can't say I blame him.
So, Ubuntu Training Course, this is the first track in the game, and in a speedrunning context, it is the most heavily contested track.
Yeah, there's so many of us in contention for that one at this point.
And even more so than Death Row's Revenge, where the winner here will be determined by, level of perfection.
And I'm a little nervous about this one because this is, I believe, my only tournament record that still stands. Yep, this is my only full track tournament record.
Nice.
And it's half a second off world record, so these guys have a bit of a window to beat that.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I don't think it's gonna stand.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh, it's not even my only full track, it's just my only one in general. Damn.
Well, you're the expert on this track, so I'm gonna let you mostly cover it.
Okay. I mean, like I said, overall it's a very simple track. You'll see Ace going up this hill. This is one of the first little, top of that hill is the first real failure point of the track. If you go too tight or too wide, you'll lose time. If you go too tight, you lose a boost. If you go too wide, you lose a line. That turn, it's very easy to take too tight, the big hairpin. This little slot that Ace is coming to is pretty dangerous. And holding that boost over the end is deceptively tough while maintaining a good line.
And we are off.
Yeah. All right. So like I said, watch this first top of the hill for Ace. He lost
the boost.
That's huge. Dom holds it, and Dom is cutting corners more aggressively than Ace. So that's already big. Dom is significantly higher heat. Ace has to do this makeup boost in the canyon. That's going to cost him some time. They both had a pretty comparable line there, and going off this hill, both pretty comparable as well. Dom is slightly lower heat than Ace, so because Ace had to go off standard line. Ace is a little ahead, but he's a little higher heat. So, personally, I think it's a bit of a wash right now.
Both players hold the boost this time.
Yep. So watch for every little spot I mentioned. Dom did cut corners a little more aggressively. Oh, that's an engine fire, but this is on 60 FPS, so the engine fires get repaired a little quicker.
Yeah, he got a quick repair, so that doesn't hurt too much.
Yep. Ace had a slightly better line through there. To answer your question in chat really quickly, one player played on Switch. That was Digital Min, or Digital Unity. 329, 32, okay. Both very comparable here. Ace does have one ASU over Dom. Which,
ASU meaning arbitrary speed unit.
I'll explain that between tracks.
Yeah.
Slightly better line for Ace, slightly better boost for Dom, slightly better line for Ace again. We'll see it coming down the stretch. Both hold that boost. Oh, this is going to be close.
Don't want to get an engine fire right before the line. Both players
Dom
get
takes
it. Dom takes the win.
By over
nice.
10th.
That's a pretty big margin.
Yeah, actually.
Nice.
But I will say neither of the runners were incredibly clean on that. Both runners are capable of way faster than that.
And that is a new tournament record.
Damn it!
It is, right?
It is.
All right, so where are we at here? Ace is banning Ben.
Yep.
Domirae is banning Zega Challenge. And Ace is picking Inferno skips.
But
yeah, so the Inferno skip is the most broken looking skip in the game.
Arguable, but yeah, it's up there.
It involves clipping through a ceiling, riding 2 walls, going over a guardrail. We'll see Ace pull it off right here. So that's the first half of the skip. And then turn around, climb the wall here. And he
He almost fell short.
Ooh.
He made it.
He came up short. This track...
He started riding it. He made it by a pixel.
I forget. What's the world record on this track? Is it at 18 seconds?
Something like that.
17.3 seconds is the world record. And that's for 3 laps.
Yeah, it became the shortest track in the game.
Ace, of course, says he is ready.
This track is something.
Oh, you may notice... Yeah. Dom is using Genry, so Gen is a hidden pod that can be unlocked. We allow it for tournament. It's just a reskin of Marsquo, so they're really using the same pod.
I really prefer the look of Jin.
I really don't like the look of Jin. I think he's ugly.
It's just different. I like the really unique look, and he's at least more completed than Sayunga. At least it feels like it.
I don't know. Oh no.
Okay, that wasn't
the real run. Okay.
Good. This should be the real one. All right. Dom makes the first jump.
Dom off to a good start, so is Ace.
Dom
did not get the height he needs on that wall ride in order to clear the wall. which means that acE is now an entire lap ahead.
Make that 2.
Only 1 lap.
Yeah. Oh, acE died.
Oh, acE died. Well, he
didn't make it.
He did not make it to the finish line before dying.
He died again.
He died again. All right, whoever can finish this skips the first.
Dom did it.
And it's acE.
acE made it. Okay.
Wow, by 0.8 seconds.
Oh, that was nuts.
Nice.
It's not family friendly, so I can't say what they were saying. But they are both very mad at their performances.
Yeah, probably especially acE, but he won, so
they're both just laughing about it. Oh, that was good.
All right, moving on to our next track. Domirae is banning bulls. acE is banning grab fine again. I wonder if acE is planning on saving grab fine for a no upgrades run, or possibly Neva Key.
I know Dom practiced both of those.
He could also be going for no upgrades without bulls, which would be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna default to Ben 90% of the time.
I mean, probably, but Mars and Bullseye and Sebulba all are in strong contention if Bulls is out. I'm actually not sure which the second fastest pod is.
On paper, it should be Ben on tracks where he can get a second boost. If it's on something really short, like MGS, he can't get 2 full boosts in, so he might not be the fastest option. APC, no forces. All right.
Endo Prime Centrum.
This track is so much fun to watch. You are going through downtown of a city, and it's awesome.
All right, a little bit about the format of the match. So after each race, the loser of the previous race bans a pod, the winner bans a track, and then the loser picks the track. And then each player has 4 forces to use during the match. They're like special conditions that a player can impose. And
you can do 3 different things with them. And you can do any combination of these, as many as you want, up to 4 at any given time. So you can force either no upgrades, you can ban an extra pod, or you can force skips, as we just saw from acE. And you can do all of these at once. You can say ban Mars and Juan and do no upgrades abyss skip. I don't even know how doable
that would be really funny.
I don't know if you could do the skip with Clegg with no upgrades.
I think you can. I don't know.
I'll have to test that later for future tournament options, because that sounds really funny.
Also, this is a best of 13, and this is grand finals. But if Domirae wins, then it is a bracket reset, and then there will be one more grand finals match between these 2.
Which I like to think of as grander finals. But yeah, this track is going to be fun. I know Dom loves this track, and I know acE loves it a lot. Just because it's so different compared to most. So yeah, acE went right here, where Dom just was. And that railing and that pillar that railing doesn't have collision from that direction, and that pillar does not have collision above a certain height.
Yeah, so you can just fly through the whole bridge there.
Which is pretty great. You gotta wonder how they forgot that, because they put a ramp right there.
I don't know, dude. This game was released in 1999.
Yeah. But you don't put an aerial obstacle in front of a bridge and not give it collision. Just think about that. As I like to do lap 1, this track will take you through the big bits to watch lap 1, and then we will basically just talk you through play-by-play in the future laps.
So going to the left here at the start is slightly faster across the off-road, but it's risky. So Domirae takes it and is rewarded for it. acE did not take it. So that gives Domirae about a 0.2 second lead right off the start. This hairpin here is extremely difficult.
Yep. Dom took it a little faster than acE.
Yeah, I think Dom was a little better there.
I don't think Dom dipped below 500. acE went to 460. clean through the alley. Good jump and good line here. But you'll notice Dom is noticeably ahead, I think. Yeah, because he's on much more heat.
Yeah, slightly different boost patterns out of these two.
But Dom is notably ahead.
Yeah. 0.8 seconds?
With similar heat? What?
Yeah. Wow, Dom is a massive lead here. Both players going right. acE hit the wall and lost 100 speed. That's gonna hurt him.
This is Dom's race to lose from that position.
This hairpin is okay.
Yep. Pretty solid, a good jump, good line. Made that. acE went really wide there.
I'm really impressed by the size of the lead Dom has pulled out here.
Yeah. Wow, this is a huge lead. They're on similar heat, too. Dom's almost 2 seconds ahead.
Domirae a week ago posted the world record on this track at 2:34.137, which beat acE's time by 0.03 seconds.
Yeah, like these two are dead even skill-wise on this track. All right, Dom's through the scariest point. He's just got to hold his clean through here.
He's already passed out. Oh, and died. E.
That's the first death. That's the first non-skip death of the match. The Inferno deaths are a very different situation. Like, you kind of gotta categorize them.
All right, well, Domirae is clearly the winner here. Just gotta take this little jump here. Engine fire on the end. Ooh, and slow repair.
That's unfortunate. That could have been a ridiculously good time. It was still
it probably would have been a 2:34.
That was still tournament record by over 4/10. Sorry, BBK, your APC time no longer stands. Join the club.
Ooh, this is interesting. So acE banned Ben, Dom banned Zugga Challenge, and acE is taking us to Bumpy's Breakers skips.
All right. This is one of the coolest skips in the game, even though it's really basic.
Yeah, the skip is, the track is quite long, and the skip cuts half of the track. And the problem with the skip is you have one attempt at it. If you miss it, you can't go back and try again.
You get 1.5 attempts if you do the older, slower way, because there's an MFG recovery.
But I very much doubt either player will be going for the lower version of the skip.
So it was a Ben ban, right?
Yeah.
Hey, acE is pulling out my boy! Elon Mac is my favorite pod in the game.
Yeah, so with Ben is the fastest pod in the game by a quite large margin, but because he is banned, you have to use a backup. Bull's Roar is the second fastest pod. However,
his wall ride is really terrible.
Yeah, he is extremely difficult to use on this skip. So we see acE using Elon Mac.
And Dom using Mahan. These two are almost identical for like actual speed and effectiveness time.
acE is very practiced on doing 100% runs of this game, and in that setting he uses Elon Mac on the skip, and so he is extremely practiced on this combination. Which pod is faster really depends on which track you're talking about. They're so close that they're basically the same in almost all contexts anyway. But they do handle a little different, their wall climbing is a little different, so the pod selection is just a matter of,
it's preference.
Preference on getting the best wall ride.
If Ben didn't exist, or if the game was properly balanced around this level of pod, which I think is kind of the optimal.
All right, so we are off. Let's see how they do.
These two would be, I think, two of the most popular.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, acE made it, but
just barely got it.
And Dom makes it pretty cleanly.
That's one of the things that can go wrong on the skip. You don't get quite enough height.
Oh,
and
man,
you don't get the landing.
Right there. Let's see how they do on this cut. This cut is really hard to do on these pods, actually.
Both players make it clean.
Yep. This hairpin, Elan is a little better at this hairpin than Mahonic.
Ooh! Okay, some Domirae dies on the approach to the hairpin.
And it's really easy to clip that outside wall.
Yeah, the hairpin is tight enough that you have to use the full width of the track, and it's not difficult to go a little bit too aggressive on that.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Ace with a 56.7, Dom probably gonna have a 102-ish, 103.
Despite the lead, though, if Ace does not make the skip, then Domirae pulls up a massive lead. Ace makes it good, though.
Yep. He's got one more shot. He's got one more shot he has to make, though. Dom makes it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ace has a 5-second lead, but this race is by no means over. Yee.
And Ace.
All right. Still a 5-second lead.
That makes it a wash if Dom makes it through this cleanly. Dom's death was also higher heat, but he's going to a spot where he couldn't really boost, so it doesn't matter as much.
It'll be interesting to see if that death tilts either player.
Dom's death less likely, I think.
Though Dom did die twice.
Yeah, but once you die a second time, it's like, all right, whatever. I've got to bank on him making a mistake at this point.
Yeah. So we'll see how they do on the skip lap 3. Once that is done, then we can talk about the rest of the track.
Yeah. So let's see Ace's skip. Looks like he's making it. Oh yeah.
Good.
That was a near perfect one. He didn't get much. He got like just enough height, basically.
And Dom
makes it as well. All right.
All right. So what that means is that Ace has to die. Ace has to die in order for Dom to catch up.
Which is entirely
And he makes it through the shortcut.
Dom going
short is good. Yeah.
He made it. He made it.
It's not enough though.
Ace didn't die on the hairpin. He made shortest cut in tournament though.
That's so great.
You gotta respect going for it.
Had he done that all 3 laps, then he would probably win, but yeah, one shortest cut is not enough to make up for a death.
Wow.
That is so nice.
Oh, yeah, that was so good.
Ace is right here. Style points.
And again, if he'd done that all 3 laps, he would have won this. Because that saves 2 seconds a lap.
So it is extremely risky.
Oh, yeah.
Which is obviously why it was not done all 3 laps. Alright, Domirae banning Bull's Roar. Ace banning Grabvine. Ace is simply not going to allow Domirae to choose Grabvine Gateway.
Yeah, if Grabvine happens, it'll be on Ace's terms.
Yep.
Grabvine skips. We know the MFG is doable.
And there's an AI skip.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Which nobody has done a run with yet.
Yeah, this has been intense so far.
Duncan City skips. Wait, Vengeance was banned, wasn't it?
Yeah, Vengeance is permanent.
That's too bad. A Vengeance skip would have been fun.
SMR no upgrades? Oh, that is bold.
Interesting. Alright, so Ace is the absolute champion on Spice Mine Run, together with Cobalt and Mikey. But no upgrades. Domirae is a very strong contender, so if he can win this track, then that makes it a little harder for Ace to justify picking it. So I like the strategy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, right, and this is without bulls. So both players have to use Ben Quad and arrows, the second fastest pod on this track.
So, no upgrades at 60 FPS. Bowls will average 673, roughly, for max speed. Ben will get 654.4. The next highest is Sebulba at 626. So Ben is just kind of an objective fastest option here.
So the interesting thing with choosing Ben Quad and Arrows no upgrades on this track is that this is another one of those tracks where perfection is required, and that means that boost timings become very important. But
very difficult.
Yeah, so the problem with using Ben here is that he's not the fastest pod on this track, and so most players, even at the very top, won't have practiced the boost timings with Ben on this particular track.
Which is where there's an argument to be made for Sebulba actually being the best pick for a lot of people. Like in a vacuum with like identical practice on everyone, sure, Bowles, then Ben, then Sebulba.
Yeah.
But Sebulba is so much less dependent on his boosting that he's got a case for being the best pick in a lot of situations for certain players.
So since Domirae picked this track, he has presumably practiced no upgrades Ben on this track. acE might have, if he predicted that this pick would come, he would have practiced it. So we'll see how they do. Although I'm not really convinced on that, since acE was asking in the chat what Ben's base cool rate is. So I think acE is going into this track pick a little cold.
I could see that. This is one of those weird ones because the track is so long, and you've got to stay as perfect as you can through all of it with a really stiff handling pod.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty slow-paced track. So let me walk you through the 3 things to watch out for. 1, if on no upgrades, speed loss is a very big deal because the acceleration of the pod is so poor that if you lose speed at any point, you will be running at lower speed through the entire rest of the race.
Yes, and there are a lot of places where it's very easy to bonk lightly on a wall.
Yeah, so speed loss would be a major problem. Second thing to watch for is going as tight as possible to the apex of the turns.
I think we're off.
Yep. The tighter you can go to the apex, the shorter line you take, and the less distance you have to travel to complete the race.
Unlike a lot of other racing games, you don't lose any speed while you're cornering, and speed really has no effect on how effectively you corner.
Yeah. The third thing to watch for is boost timings. So ideally you want to start your boost when you're at 0 heat and ride it all the way up to 100 heat and then stop boosting and cool all the way back down again.
Looks like
the use of boost is a little more efficient that way. Also, boosting downhill is good. So both players start their boost here.
Looks like someone in chat might have gotten a bingo. So let's see, acE does not clip that spot. He did go a little wide on it this time, which I can understand. But they're both very even right now.
I think Domirae has a real slight lead.
Very slight if one exists.
He is following the inside of this corkscrew a little bit tighter. And these 2 players are so close here.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had a girlfriend bring me some tea, so my throat's a little rough. But no upgrades is always going to be slower paced, and you're only going to see 1.5 boosts per lap for these guys because it's an almost minute long cooldown for Ben on boost.
Yeah, it's a 50-second cooldown. I honestly don't know who's ahead. You're so incredibly close.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. I think Dom is slightly ahead.
acE's entrance onto the fast train was slightly better.
I'm just gonna look at the time they both crossed the... Sorry. Yeah, Dom is slightly... no, he's on slightly higher heat.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, Dom is slightly ahead.
I think you're right. It's so hard to tell.
This is really tough.
But yeah, this is what we mean here. This race comes down to perfection.
Which you're going to be hearing from us a lot this match.
Yeah. Domirae is going really aggressive on that corkscrew. just sticking so incredibly close to that wall.
I mean, you have to. Ace is holding nose down through everything.
Domirae touched the wall, but he did not lose any speed.
Ace is holding nose down through basically everything, by the way, which does impact your acceleration. I'll say Dom was 2/10 behind, but on much lower heat.
Yeah, they're on slightly different boost patterns now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Domirae's boost pattern is optimal and Ace did it differently just because he's winging it, or if they actually have different opinions on what the best boost timing is.
I don't know if Ace has played this combo enough to have an opinion. Because he's very much the kind of guy who will say he doesn't know.
Ooh, Ace cut his boost. Did he reach max heat, or...?
No, I think he's planning a long boost at the end.
I actually think he had to dodge the minecart. I don't think he was prepared for it to be in the position that it was. So Ace has to use the rest of his boost by the end of the race, and he's going to have to put in at least one makeup boost right here.
They both did that.
I think Dom is a little favored now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
449, very nice. 1.2 seconds.
Very nicely done from Dom.
Oh, that was close. You can't even tell who's going to win until the last 20 seconds.
I've always liked those slower paced races as just a little switch up.
Yeah. Ooh. This is interesting. All right, so Ben and Zugga Challenge were banned. Ace is taking us to Doug Derby.
Ooh.
This is Ace's
Doug
favorite
Derby.
track. I think it's his favorite track.
It is.
Maybe it's Grabvine. Okay.
It is.
So this track is very short. It is the third shortest track in the game, but extremely technical. There is no margin for error here and 50 places to mess up.
Wait, what's the second shortest then?
Ubuntu training.
This has a faster record.
Oh, it does. All right, this is the second shortest track in the game. I don't know if Domirae has Bull's Roar prepared on this track.
I'm sure.
And I like Ace's pick here. Both Ace and Domirae are extremely fast on this track with Ben. And I know Ace has practiced Bulls on this track quite a bit. I don't know if Domirae has.
I'm certain he has. Like, there's no way he goes into this match against Ace with as much prep time as he's had and not thought he'll probably try to throw me a curveball on Doug Derby, because this is Ace we're talking about.
Yeah. And we're off.
Alright, fun little trivia fact. This is going to be based very heavily off of Laguna Seca in California. So we're going to be using some of those names for it. But this little shortcut here is not on Laguna Seca. We got to this jump, which pretty clean from Dom. Into this long straight, into the corkscrew. This chicane is...
Took that turn so tight. Alright, both take the chicane perfectly fine. It is. Ace on much lower heat.
Yep.
Which, if we were talking about Ben, that would be bad, but on Bulls, it's okay. Ooh! Ace hits the wall and loses a lot of speed.
That's a bonk and a half.
Alright, we now need a mistake from Domirae in order for Ace to take this back. And this is Ace's pick, so if Domirae wins this, it's a break serve.
Dom was really dicey on that chicane. He did not flick out very far.
Ace grinded the wall though.
Yeah.
Ace looks nervous.
Clean from Dom, clean from Ace. Dom almost hit the wall there and lost his boost. Alright, this chicane. Oh, Dom with the death!
Dom died. And Ace with a reasonably good hairpin. Not hairpin, chicane. And Ace takes it. Oh, that hurts. That was so close.
So good up to there. Oh no. That was unfortunate for Dom. But that showed he can break serve on just about anything. Like, if you can nearly break serve against acE on Doug Derby, you can take it to him on any track. Let's see where we're going next, though. Mars ban. So are we implying a skip? acE is just sticking to his GVG soft perma. So are we angling for a weird skip here, Dom? Not sure what I would do in this scenario.
I'm not sure either. Domirae still has 3 forces left. And he has, what, 3 more track picks?
Yeah, he has at most 3 more track picks. He's got to use his forces.
All right.
He told me before the match that he had some crazy stuff planned. And I mean, I guess we already saw one of the crazy ones.
I have no idea where we're going to go next. I would love to see a Gauntlet bull cut.
A Gauntlet? A Gauntlet?
Gauntlet.
I'd love to see Ubuntu Classic.
Also, that would be great. Gauntlet, no forces. Is this going to be it? Yep. I guess I lied. I did have an idea of where we were going.
I can also tell you from talking to him before the match, Dom told me he had gotten consistent on bull cut.
I knew he was working on it.
He said he was pretty consistent on it.
So A says you're tempting me, Abe. Yeah, so we'll see here if we can get some clean Gauntlet bull cuts. So
I'm calling it Gauntlet from now on. You can't stop me.
The bull cut is one of the most recent developments on this track. It was just
right?
Yeah, just a few months ago.
We haven't seen it much in tournament.
Yep, there is a turn on this track that is about 300 degrees, so most of a full circle. And Yam discovered that if you jump and land in the right place, you can cut that entire circle.
Is it about a 270 degree turn? Yeah.
It's a little more than 270.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it's about 300.
Cool, there's a lot of really cool design aspects of this track. It is conceptually probably my favorite in the game.
Yeah. So this race will be about 5 minutes.
Yep. If Dom is clean and gets triple bowl cut, it could be maybe 453.
Yeah, thereabouts. Without bull cut, you can do a 458.
I want to say 458. Because my PB's a low 5 or a mid 5 flat. So I'm expecting, if both players are clean, I'm expecting both to sub 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this track, if you do it like the traditional as intended way, it's not particularly difficult.
Oh, everything looks fine so far. They're going to boost across this really long off-road.
Which is one of the biggest opportunities for time loss in the game. If you lose that boost, you're screwed.
Yeah.
It costs more than a death. This is a best of 13, Muscon.
Alright, we're coming up on the bull. So it's at the end of this straight. And acE is even taking the safe route across that hairpin.
Yeah, he's not braking though.
Ooh! Dom misses it.
That's not as much as a death, but that's unfortunate.
Nope. That means that he has to make it at least once in order to win at all.
He has to make it once to break even. He's got to make it twice to win more. So again, acE is playing pretty safe across everything else.
Yep. This tube is really dangerous for most players, but at a high level it's pretty chill, except for lap 3. On lap 3 it becomes very difficult.
Yeah, that's how I lost 80k.
Alright, so Dom lost 3 seconds with his bowl cut attempt.
Which is totally recoverable. 1 bowl cut, he recovers it. 2 bowl cuts, blows it out of the water.
And hopefully Domirae isn't going to feel very tilted as he approaches the bowl cut lap 2.
Dom's mental game is also very good.
Not a big deal.
That was almost really bad.
It was. Almost didn't get the boost on the jump, which would be another significant time loss.
Yeah. It's not as bad as losing your boost on the long off-road, because you can get to the fake off-road pretty quick. But... acE taking the safe route again. Dom, you don't have to brake for that, do you?
He's pre-braking for the cut.
Oh, okay. That looks good.
That one's good. Alright, and that's not quite a break even. He needs to do it again on lap 3.
If he does it again on lap 3, he's got a solid lead.
Oh, he is really close. A mistake from acE would do it.
Yeah, that's pretty close now. A little over a second behind now. Maybe a little less, I can't really tell.
140, 138. Yeah, about 1 second behind.
That's recoverable without bowl cut. Because lap 3 is where this track gets pretty tough.
Yeah, so lap 3 is pretty much all the same except for the very ending where you have to boost through the asteroid tube.
It's also very easy to kind of overthink yourself, or kind of overthink and put yourself into a corner where you kind of pre-tilt yourself before that tube.
Yeah.
Because you know that tube boost is really hard, even at this level. Right. I don't know how often I die to that boost. I'm assuming you die a fair bit to it.
Yeah. I don't think acE is a problem with it anymore. Though it is still a bit more risky.
Yeah, like it's...
Alright, let's see if Dom can do this lap 3. Oh no!
What?
Oh shoot. Yeah, that can happen. If you hit the wall too hard there, you die. And in order to set it up properly, you do have to hit the wall hard. Though he slightly misjudged it and was killed for it. However, well, he has more boost to use, but not very much space to use that boost.
If he holds the whole boost here, he did.
He does not. This is acE's race here.
Damn.
Dang.
503 with a death and a missed bowl cut is still really good. Like, that was still a really good partial recovery.
That's too bad though. Without that death, Domirae would have won with the bowl cuts.
He made the bowl cut on 1 engine. Or 2 engines.
Well, 3 engines.
Or don't you do you lose 2 engines?
You lose 1.
Engine?
No,
Okay.
You lose 1 engine.
So
It's so
the
weird.
bowl cut down an engine.
Alright, score is now 5-3. And it's Domirae's pick again. It's not looking too good for him.
Ban Juan.
Oh boy, what are we going with?
Well,
This is going to
Juan's
be an Abyss skip.
The only things Juan's really best on are Abyss and BTC skip, and he can't do BTC skip.
I bet this is going to be a weird Abyss skip.
That or he's trying to bait acE.
He has enough forces for it.
Doug Derby skip does exist. And he did lose on Doug Derby.
acE can't afford to drop his Grabvine Gateway ban. So acE probably sees this coming, but he can't do anything about it without exposing himself. No, he does ban Abyss. So, are we going to see Grabvine?
I feel like we will. DD Salty
What?
Unback skips no upgrades.
What? Alright.
What's the play here then, Mars?
Good question. Mars isn't bad. Neva Key is pretty good, funny enough. Probably one of those two. Clegg isn't good enough.
All right.
I think both players will take some combination of Mars and Juan. Oh no, Honest Band. So I meant Mars and Neva.
I love
Very
this
interesting.
skip.
I'm really surprised, though, Domirae did not choose Grabvine when it was wide open.
I think in his mind he saw the opportunity to do this and took it.
Yeah, but he could have done this again next race.
True.
He can't set this up again. He doesn't have enough skips to do it.
True.
Enough horses. Oh wait, this is no upgrades. Yeah, Neva Key is better now. The skip is really precise because you have to fly over the right part of the track without touching the wrong part of the track, and they're like right next to each other, and then you have to turn around. It's a mess. So many things can go wrong. This skip is also very new. It was discovered this year. This is going to be a mess.
Oh yeah.
So this is Doug Derby skip. There are a few skips in the game, and many of the skips take advantage of weird physics and weird ways that the game counts laps. And so, yeah, this looks very bizarre indeed. The premise of the skip is you get to the first hairpin here, climb the wall because this wall has a slant, therefore you can climb it.
Yep.
And it's invisible most of the way up. And then you fly over the first part of the track, and then while still in the air, you cut over and fly across the finish line here, and Dom got a lap.
Ace didn't. You know,
I think the physics in this game are actually generally really good, but
they are very.
the wall riding is bizarre.
The physics in this game are generally very good. They are also across the board really weird.
All right,
really
Domirae got it 2 for 2.
That was a really good lap 1 from Dom. A slower lap 2, but still way ahead of Ace right now. This is the jankiest looking skip.
So great, Domirae's sliding backwards on the wall ride. And he's got it.
Yeah, that was a really good lap.
Nice.
Oh, Ace just opting for the DNF.
Yeah, I'm still salty about the no Grabvine pick.
Yeah. Beato's wild ride, no Ben.
Interesting.
And no forces.
Domirae should not have seen this one coming.
He probably saw this coming.
Ace does not like this track, though.
No, but Ace is good at it. And
well, he's good at everything.
Yeah. And Dom doesn't like this track either. So I feel like Ace is very much the kind of player to ignore what he likes and doesn't like in favor of throwing off an opponent. And
no Ben, so the pick is Bull's Roar.
Yep. Unfortunately, it'd be great to see Beato on Beatos.
Yeah. People want Beato. That's right.
It is such a... It's honestly one of my favorite tracks in the game. I know I'm in the minority on that. This is one of the ones you like too, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like this track. It's one of my favorites in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's funny to me that so many people hate it.
Yeah, I've never understood it.
Yeah, so most players play the game on PC, especially for tournaments, since it's much easier to stream from the PC.
Mm-hmm.
However, all platforms are viable for speedrunning, and funny enough, the N64 is the second best platform after PC. All right, here we go. Alright, so this tunnel here on the left is pretty treacherous.
It's easier on bowls than Ben.
This is true. Neither player attempts it on boost. Did Ace have to cut his boost earlier?
I think so.
Yeah, I think something went wrong there.
It's not a huge deal.
Dom going for the long jump, Ace going for 2 little jumps.
And
doesn't really matter.
Basic. Oh, Dom got the weird bump, and that's a lot of height.
Yeah, that's one of the weird physics glitches where we just have no idea what causes it.
Yeah, none at all. None of us have ever been able to figure it out.
It only happens in that one spot in the entire game.
I've had it happen on Zugga Jump.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Looks like Ace going for 10, Dom not going for 10. Yeah, no, I've had it on Zugga Jump. I got bumped up and hit the top of the tunnel.
Yeah, so Ace took the tent there. When you go through the tent, you are taken into a tunnel with ice on the ground, which significantly reduces your traction, but it also speeds you up.
Well,
you know, who knows?
Is faster, right?
Yeah. The problem is that at the end of that tube, there is a very sharp left turn which you have to take on ice traction.
And the wall itself has some really janky collision that will sometimes just opt to kill you.
Yeah. So Ace was brave and took it and pulled ahead because of it. He should be doing the same lap 3. Let's see if he gets the tent just fine. That's an interesting setup. He tilted through the entire thing.
The entire entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how I do it.
Okay.
Actually, this doesn't look like a... Sure, it's a different heat, but...
Alright, Ace is ahead because he's on lower heat, but
oh,
that lead
no,
is...
Dom.
Ooh!
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, he's not dead.
Dom lost speed and then got kicked onto a slower line. That hurts. That might have been enough to determine the race.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep. Oof.
Banning.
All right, this is Domirae's final pick. It might be his final pick of the tournament. Mars has been banned. Ace is banning Fire Mountain Rally, and he says, "Give the people what they demand."
And you knew this was coming.
Oh, great! Grapevine incoming, guys.
Yeah, here it comes.
I assume, unless Domirae doesn't pick it.
Baru Coast.
He has to, right? He could pick Baru Coast, which would also it would be acceptable.
Yeah, Baru Coast is the only acceptable
It
substitute.
would be
Maybe Inferno.
It would be a fine compromise, or Ubuntu Classic.
Let's just wing it on Grapevine. I wasn't going to because I expected it to be banned. But hey, if I'm going out, I may as well die on GVG. This is the hardest anyone's pushed Ace in 2 years.
All right, so a little background here on Grapevine. Grapevine is the hardest track in the game.
Bar none.
Bar none. It's so incredibly difficult. And this, in the last few months, Ace and Domirae have together pushed the world record down from 407 to 403. 4 seconds were lopped off the world record in just a few months.
And when I started, the record was like a 410. And we thought it was optimized.
Anyway, so Dom now holds the world record at 403.7, and Ace is in second at 405.1. So that's a 1.4 second lead.
Ace's sum of best, though, is a 401.
Yeah.
So is Dom's.
It's not too difficult. It's not too difficult to go fast on this track, but everything about going fast on this track is also the exact steps you need to do to, do suicide.
Yeah, no, it is. This is not a track to test. Like, if you approach anything wrong, you will explode. This track takes no prisoners. It's one of the only 2 tracks in the game where Bullseye Noir is optimal.
So remember how I said earlier on Spice Mine Run that one of the keys to running this game fast is to take the turns tight?
And by tight, we mean borderline touching the wall.
Yeah, as tight as possible. And the same holds true here. The problem is that this track has so many turns, and Bullseye is so agile,
and so
that it's
and
just
so
an
fragile.
absolute nightmare to do that, and fragile.
He is both agile and fragile. As I said 2 years ago, his pod was built with glass engines and paper tethers. Countdown has been given on potentially the final race of the Galactic Pod Racing Circuit 2021.
This being the 3rd annual tournament.
Yep.
And we're off. Turn 1 looks good.
And turn one can kill you.
Yeah.
Right.
Every turn on this track can kill you. Every single one.
So this turn itself is already really hard. There's an invisible wall that extends above that wall. This
Both
entire
players took
canyon
it fine.
section is murderous. Dom is on higher heat.
The exit to the canyon is particularly murderous.
Well, the exit itself, not as much. The last turn that is still within the canyons is... Oh my god, I have not seen that death in a long time from Dom.
Domirae went wide and hit the wall. That's okay though, he can come back from that death.
Without Ace dying, honestly.
Without Ace dying.
Bear in mind, Bullseye has really good acceleration, so deaths on him don't matter as much, especially if
Ace
it's
came
cooling.
so close to dying there. Other than that, Ace's swamp looks really good.
Oh
no!
Again. Now he's death from Ace.
Ooh, that's bad.
One death from Ace is enough for Dom to come back, barely. God, this track is...
125 is screaming fast on lap 1. Well, okay, it's not screaming.
No,
that would be like
really
a 24,
good,
123, but that's really good.
A 133 is still totally respectable, is the weird part.
Even though it is 2 deaths.
Yeah.
Alright, the shortcut here is really tricky. Ace did it just fine. A little cautious. Oh no. Alright. Domirae was wise and did not let himself get distracted by the engine fire while navigating the shortcut.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad a fire. Because it's on a spot where you're almost guaranteed to underheat anyway. Alright, Dom is behind by about 2/3 of the jungle. Ace died in the swamp.
1 death from Ace. Dom might be able to catch up now.
Oh, he's taking this
It'll
swamp,
take everything he has.
He's
that was
so
a
hard on
crazy
that
swamp.
That was insane.
Yeah, that swamp is the single hardest bit of track in this entire game. And indeed, there are precious few racing games that have a section of track that can match its difficulty.
Yeah, it's absurd. 125.6, 122.07.
122 is good.
So Dom is still 5 seconds back, though.
Yeah, at this point he needs a major mistake from Ace.
Which is entirely possible. This is grab line we're talking about here.
Let's see how Ace handles the shortcut. Just fine. That was a really good looking shortcut. Oh, Dom goes wide.
He still made it back. That was okay.
That cost maybe a second.
Maybe half. Oh,
no!
That cost 3.
Oh, that probably seals it. We need 2 deaths from Ace here in the swamp.
This is grab line we're talking about. It's possible to die before the swamp and then die in the swamp. He makes it to the swamp. Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, the swamp clean. That's basically going to seal it. Dom is behind by a swamp.
Ace only has to go through the city now.
And the city, it's got a couple spots that can kill you, but it's kind of your only like downtime breather on the track.
Ooh, that was a little sketchy.
Wouldn't have been enough. And Ace with a 13. That is... Ace died and beat my PB by 2 seconds. Or by like 7 seconds. Because I have a
Welcome to
421.
Gauntlet.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
All right, so that's official. Ace wins the
Ace is your
2021 tournament, and
Ace is
Domirae
your
comes in
20
second place.
Ace is your 2021 champion. There's Ace and Dom. Ace, congratulations on going back to back.
Hello and thank you. First of all, I want to dedicate this win to my friend David Stubbs,
Mhm.
who was a fellow racer, and he passed away earlier this year. And he was a very loving person and had a lot of fun with playing a tournament in this game, and that's why I want to dedicate this to David. And yeah, GG's Dom. That was great intense.
Yeah, it was a good match. Had a couple unfortunate breaks go against my favor in terms of RNG muscle memory, if you will, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
these high pressure situations, they are not easy to handle.
Yeah, for sure. And I took a couple extra risks just to see if I could get it to pay off, because I was like, if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna have to take some risks. That's just how it is.
Mhm.
This year anyways. Maybe not next year, but this year at least that's how it was.
You gave me a good fight though. GG's.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
hardest anyone's pushed you since the first tournament, isn't it, Ace?
Yeah, what's the exception of Mike in last year's grand finals? I think that was 7-5. And
Oh,
this
yeah.
one
Yeah, I
was
think so.
7-5 as well, right?
7-4.
7-4. Yeah.
We're close enough.
Mm.
I was definitely sweating. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to keep your composure when you know what's at stake and when you know how easy it is to slip up in this game and how easy it is to just lose 5+ seconds on a millisecond mistake.
Yeah.
So,
You know, kind of ironically, this is the least nervous that I've been the entire tournament.
well, it was the opposite for me.
Dom, you kind of came into this match with nothing to prove.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it was. I was coming in here like, I'm the underdog. I know I'm the underdog. This is the first time that I've actually been the underdog in the entire tournament, so it was like a little bit more relaxing than normal.
Yeah,
There's something magical about just you lose all the pressure when you're the underdog.
Yeah.
yeah, I wish I could feel it.
Maybe next year.
Maybe. Maybe. I'm very happy though. Getting the back-to-back is extremely satisfying, and also keeping up my streak of not losing for 2 years now. I'm very happy about that.
Don't worry, the streak will end next year. It's fine.
Yeah.
It might. It might. But for now, it will not.
True.
But yeah, I definitely got a compliment. You made crazy progress during the last year, and you have a bright future ahead of you in Star Wars Racer, for sure. So I'm looking forward to competing in ILs with you.
Yeah.
soon.
Once we actually have some time and maybe a little bit of a break from Racer.
Yeah, no, I
maybe
think all
that's
of
different.
us are prepped for a bit of a break.
You know, I say that, but I know myself, I'm going to take like 5 days off and be like, man, I'm rusty. I should probably play again. That's just how it always goes.
Yeah.
I have to say though, leaving Grapevine open for the last track was not a spontaneous decision. I was planning this for the whole time. I was leaving it open, but only on the last track when I was on match point, so that the pressure was at the highest it could be, because I know this would be how I can crack you.
Yeah,
Left it
I just wanted to have, to be honest with you, man, I just wanted to have fun on Grapevine. I was like, I don't really care that much about winning it. I just wanted to see if I could push myself. And to be fair, I had a really bad shortcut lap 2, and I still got a 122 lap 2, so I'm fine.
Yeah, and honestly, under no pressure conditions, you're faster than me there, so it's not an easy thing to do at all. So.
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, GG's for sure. I was tempted to take you to Baru Coast one time because we did that recently, but I was like, I don't know, maybe not.
I would have been probably more ready for that than GVG, actually.
Baru Coast is also just as fun from a spectator perspective.
Yeah,
Baru Coast is dope.
pretty
The
nice.
question is, would we have wanted to gentlemen's go for the long boost?
No, I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't have, but like,
Yes, I would have done that.
come on, would have been fun.
No. I would have let you do it and crash on it.
Like you did with bowl cut.
Okay, I'm still sad about that bowl cut.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
The bowl cut. You looked really good on it too.
Yeah.
I have a super consistent way of doing it that I like. I did actually PB Gauntlet when practicing for this. I got a 54.7 or something because I wasn't doing risky strats. I was just doing consistent strats. But it's so unfortunate.
But it's just these strats under high pressure are hard. But you gotta teach me your consistent method because I'm not consistent at it at all.
I don't think any of us are.
I can hit it like
Mess. And King Bean also did it earlier in tournament, if I recall correctly. And
Yeah.
he did. He got it 2 times out of the 2 times he went for it.
I'm a bit rusty on it now, but I was consistent at it at the time.
The key is that you have to break down to like 580 before you boost into the last boost going to the jump.
Oh,
to
I was
be
only
like-
breaking down to like 630.
I normally do that for ILs, but to make it really easy, I just
Yeah.
break down to like 580, 590, and then
mood, but you guys know that you can do all of this full speed, right? But
yeah, you can, but that's not consistent. That's
fair enough. That's true.
that's not a very viable strat. I mean, bowl cut hardly is in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was. I don't know if I would say this was necessarily the most fun because I had a lot of fun throughout the entire tournament. Like, I can't say I didn't have a fun match, except for maybe when I was like just annoyed by my own self when I was losing to King Bean, and that wasn't because of King Bean. It was just myself, and I was like, "Why am I bad today?" But it was still fun, of course. I was just mad at myself, you know.
No, you can be happy though because we had a lot of really, really close matches. So I hope everyone who watched enjoyed this.
Oh yeah,
This was the first track, half attempt, and we both kind of failed because I imagine in your practice runs you also got like low 207s all the time, right? So
yeah. Like I can pretty consistently get between 206.9 and 207.2.
yeah, I was kind of the same when I practiced it, but it's like tournament first track nerves. And it's cool that it was so close to half attempt. Is one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
pretty
closest
great.
margins ever. So
Yeah.
Love that. But yeah, GG again on winning the tournament, man. You definitely deserve it.
thank you.
You've been around a lot
Appreciate
here. You've been around here for so long. You showed me the ropes of the game. I am still not even at a year of being in the community yet, so like I can't have expected to come in here and win in the first time, but I will be. We'll see how it goes next year.
Yeah, you made crazy progress. So maybe it sounds weird, but I'm proud of you, man. So keep it.
I appreciate it.
I've never seen in any of the games I've ever run. I've never seen someone shoot to the top as fast as you have done.
That was a little bit too much of a mix of two things. One, COVID gave me way too much time, and two, I bothered Ace like most days out of that entire time when I was learning.
You have a really good practice ethic, though, and I think that's why you succeed. So keep it up, man.
Yeah, hopefully we can see a bunch of more good runners in the future. I know we have some people coming up, and I'm looking forward to when they come up to the top as well.
So I'm gonna hop over to the Sweet Gaming Deutsch channel, give them an interview too. But I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that was involved and every commentator, every spectator, of course every runner. I hope that we can make this great journey even greater next year. It was a lot of fun, and see you all around. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for competing, Ace, and congratulations again. When he temp banned Abyss and left you Grabvine when you did the Doug Derby run back, why did you not take that shot to go to Abyss? Or not to go to a Grabvine?
I didn't really actually plan on picking Grabvine, funnily enough, this entire time. I practiced it in case I wanted to, but I was planning on not picking it at all, and I just was like, I still have 3 forces left, 2 picks. I might as well do a funny pick or a crazy pick. It paid off. I mean,
Yeah. My
No upgrade skips without Juan on Doug Derby is kind of a wild
nuts,
trick.
yeah. My thought would have been take Grabvine while I'm under marginally less pressure.
I mean, yeah, I just didn't expect to pick it at all, but it is what it is. Did you like the Ubuntu training course?
I'm mad about it.
You'll just have to beat it again next year, right?
It's not like I can't.
No, yeah. I wanted a 0.7 if I'm being real, but oh well, it's fine.
Well, Ace only got a 0.9, so...
I think that was actually a tournament PB for him too.
It was.
I don't think he's gotten a 135 before outside of the Davy tournament. I think he got a Davy 135. I think
so.
Let's see what else. Oh, Doug Derby was kind of heartbreaking. You had a significant lead on lap 3.
Yeah, I messed up that turn and I was like, oh no, but I couldn't cancel the boost because I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not, and then I just barely tapped and it bounced me into the wall.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I knew I was on good pace for like bowls, at least decently, right?
You were
I was
on
like,
good Ben pace.
Yeah, like I was on.
Is still really good for tournament on Ben.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to do Ben Doug Derby at some point because I wanted to get a 132 and I knew I could pretty like feasibly, but it is what it is. Got the bowls and I messed it up because I didn't really particularly practice that. I practiced Doug Derby, but I didn't care about bowls that much.
Yeah.
Like I just went to my spreadsheet and was like, okay, what traction should I use here? Since I planned that out ahead of time, so I wouldn't have to practice everything constantly. So.
Good call.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, also Inferno. You guys finished within a second of each other on Inferno.
I was molding so quickly on that track too because I was like, I practiced this literally last night, and I was doing so good.
It would have been so crazy had you won that race.
Yeah, I also kind of messed up because I had intended to get rid of Inferno skips, and I just didn't.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I was more afraid of Zugga Challenge Mars skips though because Ace is crazy good at that. I didn't want to see that. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to do normal Zugga, but I didn't like I could have chose it at some point, but I don't know.
Didn't have a great.
It didn't seem like the easiest thing to pick.
Right.
That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
Well, thanks you guys for the commentary. I'm sure it'll be fun for me to watch back later today.
Oh yeah! Congratulations on taking second place. That's
seriously.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a great showing. I'm really glad I handed that off to you. You definitely did better against Ace than I would have.
That's fair. I mean, I was looking forward to the run back with us, but at the same time, we're going to probably be able to do that next year, so I'm not that worried about it. And I extend this offer to anybody out there, and I know Ace and everybody in our community is the same way, but if you ever want to learn this game or get better at this game, we are all open to sharing every single secret that we have, because it's not a secret to us. We don't care. We just want a whole bunch of top runners, so please come join us. Be good at the game.
Thank you to everyone who came out to play, everyone who came out to watch. Thank you to Speed Gaming for partnering with us and hosting this event. There are too many people involved to thank everyone one at a time.
Yep.
It's really a magical opportunity to be able to host this every year. It's a ton of fun.
For sure. And so we'll see you all again next year. And again, congratulations to Ace and Domirae. Hopefully next year will be as riotous as this year was.
That's it for the Galactic Pod Racing Circuit 2021. We will see you all in 2022.
May the Force be with you.
And you.